What is up, guys? Stark here. I am back with another Fate video, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the Fate Apocrypha event. Now, I did make a video about this a couple days ago when it was announced on Twitter, but I typically do not really talk about the events until they're announced in game, and it was announced in game, so now I'm going to talk about it. So let's go ahead and click into the news here. And first of all, don't sell Sieg. Like, I really don't care what anyone says. Now, I'm not defending him as a character. I don't think Sieg is that good. But I don't think you should sell him. I don't think you should sell any character that you only have one copy of. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Especially because he's an event character and they won't come back that often. Who knows what will happen in the future. Maybe they'll get a buff and then you wish you had him. I don't know. I don't think you should sell him. I really strongly advise against selling Sieg. So just do the event, max him out, and then do whatever you want with the other copies later on. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, the event will be coming out tomorrow, which is the 24th of April, and it'll go until May 7th. And this event is like a raid event, so there'll be different raid bosses throughout the event. And it does mimic the Fate Apocrypha anime, really, stories. It's not really, it didn't start out as an anime. I don't think, anyway. It'll be the red faction and the black faction. So the two different factions in the anime will be big players in this game. You do have to have the first singularity completed, so anyone who hasn't had Orleans finished definitely needs to get on that and get that done. So yeah, basically we're going to scroll down here a little bit. So there's main stories, like a story mode obviously in the event. And by doing that, you'll get Sieg and he'll join your team and all that stuff. But there will be raid bosses throughout this, and there'll be multiple raid bosses at the same time. So there's a chart here somewhere. So we're going to scroll down a little bit to the chart. So here we go. So throughout the course of the event, there'll be different waves of raid bosses. So 5 different levels. And each one has its own time frame, and once the level is done, it won't come back. So, you know, keep in mind that they are limited. And you guys can see here, the last one, level 5 raid, will end somewhere in the 1st or 2nd of May. Not exactly sure based on time zones how that'll, you know, impact you guys. But there's still 5 days after the raid ends where there's no raids, so make sure you're farming these raids as they come out as often as you can. And if you miss them, I know personally I suck at farming events until like the last day, so I'm gonna try my best not to do that. But if that's the case, there are free quests that you can do to get the materials needed to finish the event. But yeah, try and do the raids. Now we'll scroll down here a little bit. So this is level 1, for example. So there'll be 3 different raid bosses. So you have Jack, you have Shakespeare, and Avisabron. And there'll be 2 different battles for each of these characters. And each one of them is a different fight. And they'll have different drops. So in the description below, I have an image linked that you guys can check out. It's a full infographic of the entire map. It is also, there'll also be a link there for Lord Ashura's guide to it. He's got it broken down into like a lot more depth than what I have for you guys. So if you are interested in a lot more in-depth details, go over and check that link out, and there's a lot of goodies there for you to check out. But the infographic is there if you guys want to check it out and see, you know, everything that's going on and what ones you should be farming. So yeah, that's how this works. There's 5 different levels, 5 different waves of raid bosses, and you're just gonna try and farm them as much as possible. There's also difficulty levels for the free quests. Just pick the one that you can beat, like the highest difficulty that you could beat, and go from there. So as usual, in every event, there are event currencies that you can use. So in this one, you're going to have 2 different types. You're going to have your Dracal coins, which will be like your point currency. So you can't spend these coins, but the more coins you get, the more rewards that you will unlock. And then you'll have your typical 3 items that you use to buy items in the shop. So yeah, we covered this. The more coins you get, the more rewards you will get. I think 2 million is the number that we need to get for the crystallized lore. There might be more after that, but I think that's what it is going to be required to get. So probably going to have to farm a lot for that, as usual with these events. Now, the Fate Apocrypha characters will have bonuses in this event. So definitely want to be leveling these characters up and using them. We still do have all of the Apocrypha raid up events where like half AP and double success and all that stuff is going on. So make sure you're using these characters and leveling them up. There are a few characters that are not part of Apocrypha as far as I know, or at least not in the anime, that are rated up. So you have Kintoki, David, Benkai, and Georgios. Those characters are also rated up. So if you have those characters, go ahead and use them and get the bonuses for them. So we do also have event craft essences as usual. So we have a couple different ones here. Well, let's see, they have the effects down here a little bit. So here we go. So we have the first one is going to increase your Noble Phantasm gain and critical strength by 10%. And you'll also gain 3 critical stars every turn. And then the event effect will increase your attack strength by 100% in the Apocrypha event. The next one will increase your arts card effectiveness and your buster card effectiveness by 10%. And your Noble Phantasm strength will also be increased by 10%. And your Dracal coin amount will be increased by 30% for the event duration only. So these are some pretty good ones there. You also do have a EXP craft essence, Fran's Flowers. So use that to level up your craft essences. There we have Seek again for Starcaster. He will have a character spotlight that I'll be doing in a couple days. He will be the third one. The other two will be the banner characters that we'll talk about in just a little bit. And I think that's all for the event portion of it. Yes, so we'll go ahead and talk about the banner. So the banners, in my opinion, is really good. The only drawback for the banner is that both of these characters are not limited. So you can get them in any banner at any time for the most part, unless there's like restrictions on the banner. I don't think that's a reason not to pull though. I think both of these characters are very good and worth pulling for. And the craft essence available in the banner as well, the 5-star, in my opinion, is also very good. So definitely worth throwing your quartz at unless you are really trying to save for Scotty or Okita Alter or something else that's coming out in the future. I do think you should pull. So Achilles, 5-star Rider, and Sharon is a 4-star Archer. They will also have character spotlights done in the next couple of days. Achilles will be first, and then Sharon, and then Sieg at the end. I will be pulling. I personally will be pulling. So tomorrow's video will be my pulls for Achilles, and then I'll start the character spotlights after that. And I will also be trying to stream, or at least make videos of this event at some point. So the 5-star craft essence is going to increase your Noble Phantasm gain and your Noble Phantasm strength by 10%. And you'll also begin the battle with your Noble Phantasm gauge charged at 40%. So that's really good. If you max limit break it, it's probably going to go up to 50 or 60. I'm not entirely sure what the max limit break is, but it will go up. So that's always really good. So yeah, I think this craft essence is really good. Hopefully I can get a couple of those. If I can max it out, that'd be wonderful. The 4-star will increase your arts card effectiveness and your buster card effectiveness by 8%, as well as increasing your defense by 3% and increasing drop rates by 1 for the event. All of the event craft essences have the drop +1 on them, just different event items. They'll be increased for the raid ups. And the 3-star will increase your quick card effectiveness by 3% and your Noble Phantasm gain by 5%. So that's it. All in all, I think a pretty good event, pretty fun event. It is nice to have a new event coming for a new character. So I am excited for that, and I'm going to try very hard to actually stream, make videos, actually play the event. That would be a bonus. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, Achilles pulls will be tomorrow. And yeah, that's all for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And as always, I have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. So feel free to check those out, and I'll see you guys next time.